Redmore, being a variety of steeling whose body is covered in hard scaled like to those of a dragon. It prefers to make its home in dry underground caverns. The name of Redmore comes from the fact that the creature's mouth is ever painted crimson with the drinking of its victim's blood. Its vampiric bite delivers a numbing venom sufficient to kill even the largest of fiends, should its fangs go deep enough. Zombie warrior. Should they be cursed to live on in undeath, men who were soldiers in life become zombie warriors. In the cruel past, it was customary for those who fell in battle to be denied eternal rest by their masters, and magic to serve them after death as zombies, a tragic gate that has earned the zombie warrior more sympathy than others of its ilk. Blood, giggers. Being a cruel headless giant born from the spilled blood of a demon, it views the world through the eye enchained across its chest, the pupil of which is said to be a window onto the underworld. Some say that to stare into this eye is to show your soul to the darkness, and that those foolish enough to do so are instantly consumed by an unquenchable rage. Many such rumors endure to this day, in the absence of a survivor to disprove them. Night Walker. Thus are called those reapers, deities of death, that wander the darkness, devouring the souls of men. Some are known for the strength of their blades, others for the strength of their magics. They are feared as demons for their cruelty, and indeed the sight of them devouring a man's soul is said to be worse than a lifetime of torture. Yet, oddly, the expressions left upon the faces of those whose souls have been devoured are not masks of pain, but of beatific calm. This has led some to speculate that it is not perhaps the inferno to which they bear their victims, but paradise. Dragon Avis. Being a dragon that has lived in darkness for such a great span of time, its eyes have withered, yet its sense of touch has grown so acute that it may sense the slightest source of heat upon the air, thereby distinguishing obstacle from foe. Ibis summons to mind the word for demon's armor in an ancient tongue, and indeed, the Wyrm's carapace is as impenetrable as the hardest steel. Ghoul, ancient teachings tell us that those attached to beauty are abandoned without succor after death, and fall back down to earth in execrable form as ghouls. Though the truth of this can never be known, they are indeed drawn to beauty, and it seems likely that they defile the living in a desperate effort to reclaim what they once had. Balloon. Being a fiend created by a Grand Kiltias of long ago to roam the Stillshrine, protecting the relics of the dynast king that rest within. Its body exudes great magical power, fueling a pale flowing flame that burns around it incessantly. Made to defend the relics of the dynast king with their lives, or more precisely with their deaths. Darkmare. Being a nightmare, transformed by long years of living in lands saturated with mist, preferring to inhabit ruins and other places starved of light. Mist rises in clouds about its body and pours incessantly from its mane and hooves. Farsa, statue made to defend the relics of the dynast king that rest in the Stillshrine of Miriam. Within burns an everlasting flame, the source of the power which fuels its ceaseless wandering through the Stillshrine's deserted corridors. Generally docile, but prone to charging in with teeth a-chatter and flames roaring when trespassers least expect it. Miriam Guardian. A great statue made to protect the relics of the dynast king that lies sleeping in the Stillshrine of Miriam. It is not known in what age or by whom it was made. According to those scholars who have investigated the shrine, the designs on the statue are similar to those in certain ruins around Iverlice, giving weight to the theory that they were created by the same unknown individual or collective. Oiling being an amuth found in the ruins of Arctic lands. The uncanny ichor of which it is composed is resistant to the cold, yet the slightest lick of flame will set it ablaze. Some effort has been made in the past to utilize this substance as a weapon, but a variable method of collection has yet to be devised. Quite recently, a similar substance was found in the Ogier-Jense Sand Sea, and research is underway to find a connection between the two. Miriam Farsa. Being the giant carven head of what must have been a truly gargantuan statue, stationed as an eternal guardian to protect the dynast king's relics, where they sleep in the Stillshrine of Miriam. It is not known by what power it propels itself through the corridors, but in that it represents the Colossus's only surviving locomotive part. It seems likely that the head retains the source of the original statue's animation. Gust, a sort of zombie, infamous far and wide for its ill-favored appearance and savage demeanor. It is rumored that this creature first appeared in a fairy tale, and that the story somehow made its way into a grimoire, the very act of transcribing the words therein, thence giving life to the creature known as the Ghast. The truth behind this rumor and the power of words are currently topics of much study amongst scholars of the annals of our history. Crystal bug, being a fiend that, unable to move and hunt for food on its own, mimics the form of a crystal, thereby tempting its prey to come to it. The deception is nearly perfect and thus almost impossible to detect. Should an ill-starred traveler mistake such a creature for a crystal and reach out his hand, he will be treated to a maelstrom of the strongest magics before having his life juices summarily drained.